Hello guys, Sendou here again. So, long time no video, but today what we're gonna do is that we turn on the motion control because otherwise I'm gonna have some problems. But yeah, so today's video is about the blaster changes in Splatoon 2. And there's been some of a topic, like many blaster players are displeased about this, the changes they made. And I just wanted to bring my own opinion and also discuss a bit about what they could maybe do to buff some blaster weapons. And what I think of range blaster in general in Splatoon 2, now that I had some more experience with it competitively. But so actually the write-up that inspired me to make this video was from Reanator on Twitter. And he posted like a lengthy document about Splatoon 2 and what he disliked. And I read it, and yeah, I don't really agree with all of it, but it's still nice to read something like that. But the one thing I want to talk about in this video is what he mentioned about blaster RNG in Splatoon 2. And basically what he said was that blaster RNG, why did the developers even do this? I know it's to nerf the blasters, but it just lowers the skill the weapon had. Sometimes I aim perfectly and the blaster shot misses, while sometimes I aim bad and the blaster shot directs. You may say just don't jump, but jumping is a crucial part of a blaster player. So basically what Reanator is saying here is when you jump and you don't time your shot perfectly, what happens is that the shot deviates, and it has RNG where it lands, so you can control where it lands if this happens. So yeah, at that point if you aim it perfectly, you see it can miss basically. And yeah, I can see the frustrations behind that, but the way I see it, if you think about blaster, what it's good at is of course killing people. You know, it's really good at slaying. It's probably one of the best weapons in the game at doing this. And it can also kill people around the corners. You know, you can think of some guys standing around corner and he have visuals to him. I can still deal damage to him and kill him. And those are the strengths of the blaster. When you think about the weaknesses, then of course painting is not optimal. It would take a really long time for me to ink the ground on the floor here. And the other one is when you shoot, you kinda get locked to place, right? I'm vulnerable when I go for a shot, and that's a chance when an enemy can punish me if my aiming is not correct. And I think this has always been a really interesting part of the blaster class. So when you think about I see this guy and try to hit him. If I hit him, then that's good, but if I have bad aim, then he has a time period they can punish me. If you can do jump strafing, then it's not as easy for them to punish you. That kind of destroys the weakness. So in Splatoon 1, you could kind of shoot at the apex if you jump, and that made the shot accurate, but as you can see now, it's not quite the same in Splatoon 2. So you have to wait a bit longer after jumping before you can shoot again. And basically how this works in this game is that after you press the jump button, there's a period of time, a certain amount of frames, after which the blaster is not accurate. So after jumping, basically you have to wait a certain period of time if you want your shot to be accurate. To me, this is a trade-off. If you just wanna prioritize strafing and is a situation where aiming doesn't matter, if I'm trying to shoot this guy, maybe I can jump a bit more because I'm not even going for direct necessarily, I'm going for 2 shot skills, then that's fine. I can do more more free jump strafing. But if I'm trying to go for the direct, then I have to think really carefully what I'm about to do, and keep in mind that they can punish me after I actually shoot them. And I think this change is really reasonable in my opinion, because like I mentioned, every weapon is supposed to have weaknesses, and I think this is blaster's weakness is that if you try to have an accurate kill, a shot that can one-hit KO any enemy in the game, then well, that's a trade-off. Then they can also punish you if you miss. You have to have good aim to do that. Yeah, and yeah, of course I realized that if you played a lot of Splatoon 1, then yeah, you can have a lot of muscle memory from Splatoon 1, which makes you screw up. And yeah, it's really annoying when that happens, but I think it's a new game, so people just have to learn the new muscle memory for this game. And then realize that maybe in this game, it's more beneficial to not go for jumps so much and just try to improve your aim so that you can kill the enemies when you go for a direct. And yeah, I think in the next part I'm gonna talk a bit about range blaster in general, because I had some more chance to play this weapon. I played in tournament G7, and I only played range blaster there, and I think this was a pretty good chance for me to learn the weapon better. So the footage in the background is I think losers quarterfinals against Firmament. And well, the short version is that range blaster is still in a very good place in Splatoon 2. So before the weapon came out, I was kind of skeptical in that I didn't really have much faith that they could, you know, bring a weapon that would be good. And a big part of that was because I know the blaster nerfs had happened to the jumping, like I just demonstrated. I was very nervous that that would be a huge downside for range blaster. And yeah, of course it's not as strong as CRB was in Splatoon 1, but CRB, like CRB was to a point where it was, you know, too strong. Like if they released more patches, I know for a fact they would have nerfed CRB. They would have made probably like the special, the charge more, and maybe do some other changes. Like CRB was basically too strong. And of course, this time around the weapon is way more gear dependent. You have to run some Ink7 main, which I'm gonna talk about a bit later as well. So you're not gonna have the opportunity to go wild with your gear sets, but you have to maybe sacrifice some slots to just have a basic functioning weapon. And yeah, as we all know, the quick respawn changed from Splatoon 1, which was a huge part for every blaster, basically, is also gone. So quick respawn in this game no longer allows you to get away with your aggressive plays, like it's not the safety net anymore that it used to be. And with that gone, you have to play very differently. Like you see me play pretty passively with range blaster sometimes, but it's just because I don't see like a good opportunity to go in, and since I don't have quick respawn, I can just, you know, accept my very aggressive plays to like have quick respawn to fall back to. And yeah, like I said before, like blasters in general are one of the best killing weapons in the game, and range blaster in specific I think is maybe one of the best killing weapons in the game, if not the best eventually. And on top of that, like what I think is interesting about range blaster is that the new kit allows more turf support actually. So it's not so rare for me to actually like have top turf in the whole game, which I think is pretty interesting. I think the rain cloud helps a lot on that. Like it's a lot of ink control when you throw a rain cloud, and you can potentially get them pretty often too. And of course suction bomb as well is the best inking bomb basically in the game. So I think that's kind of interesting, because that used to be like a huge weakness for custom range blaster in Splatoon 1. But this time around I don't feel like it's such a huge weakness anymore. I think you know, you don't have to like overly compensate for the fact that you have a custom range blaster in your team, since in this game the range blaster just thinks much better. So you can see the lineup we're running right now: range blaster, sloshing machine, spider shot pro. So I think it's actually like decently inking lineup, since range blaster has a bit more like ink presence in this game. But in the first game I would have probably said that this is, you know, not a good lineup because it just don't have enough inking. So stuff like that. And I think overall range blaster right now is in the perfect place. Not too weak, not too strong. Just keep it the way it is. I think once people learn it better, learn the aiming better and so on, it will become more popular. Right now it's surprisingly unpopular. Like when I play solo and tournaments, I don't see too many range blasts. I'm kind of surprised by that. But then again, I see in my own plays when I'm having an off day, when I have an off match, when my aim is not correct, then it's very easy to be a burden on your team. But I think it's like a bright future for the game. And just shortly for the end, my suggestion to buff blasters. So like I said, range blast is fine, that's okay. But I think for the other blasters, especially the regular blaster, the first one you unlock, I think they could actually boost the shots per tank, so basically the ink efficiency. And I think by doing so, they could have like a sort of a reason to run blaster other than the kits it has. Like more of a like just make it something that you have more of a reason to pick it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And they can maybe do the same to Luna Blaster too. Just, you know, that they don't have as more of a gear dependence as they have currently. And then you could maybe see them pop up more often as well. And that's the video today, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back next time. Leave a comment if you have anything to say.